see me. Hopefully you're having a great day. Today is Wednesday and the time is 7:13 in the PM. Hopefully you're having an awesome day. You're having an awesome night. Wherever you are in the world, please be safe out there. Maintain your situational awareness at all times. Thank you everybody for the awesome dialogue. Thank you everyone for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As you can see, I'm on the road. This is the second video that I'm making today. I made one in the AM. Maybe I'll make another video tomorrow morning. I'm not really sure yet, but we'll see. Hey guys, if you have any specific content, you can always ask in the regular comment section box below. If it's through a live feed, I'll try to take a screenshot, but many times I miss it. But if it's a comment, I'll try to make a video. Most likely, if I haven't done a video on the topic, or it's been a while, I'll just do another one. Somebody asked me about whether I can do a report writing video. I do have considerable expertise in report writing. I teach at the local police academy, learning domain number, oh my goodness. It's 18, yeah. Learning domain number 18 in California. That is called investigative report writing. It's mandatory that all peace officers attending the basic police academy attend that. So based on my writing abilities and my experiences, the state of California allows me to teach that class, right? So once again, I have a little bit of experience. I don't know if I'm going to teach, or I don't know if I'm going to do a video on that. I don't see a lot of people asking me for that. If I get a lot of requests for subscribers that want for me to do a report writing video, I'll do one. I'll do one, but it is time consuming because I have to actually show you what a good report looks like, what a bad report looks like, and that takes a considerable amount of time. So let me know, okay? Anyhow, I want to talk about the main topic, which involves training, firearms training, right? So I know that you guys watch a lot of my videos. You guys see all the training that I go to. I mean, it's not that much anymore, but once a year I will go to some training that where I don't know the instructors. I don't know them personally. It's completely different training. Different instructors. Some people know who they are, some people don't, but I want to get different perspectives on training firearms in particular. In doing so, you guys know that I flew, like I never done this before, but last year, I normally don't fly to the East Coast. I normally don't fly at all. But I flew to New Hampshire, Epping, matter of fact, to the 6-hour academy, where I took a 2-day ballistic shield operator course. I did a video on that. I couldn't show you content because the instructors told me not to record. They asked me not to record, which they said that's not their individual policy. That's the 6-hour policies. You can't record instructors. You can record students, but you can't record instructors. And I do have some criticisms on that. Unless you're discussing a real life deadly force encounter where you don't want it leaked out to the public, I don't see why instructors should not be able to let students record them, or unless it's a distraction. It doesn't make any sense for the sake of transparency. I don't know, maybe some training companies are scared that they're going to be criticized. I mean, I attended a certain class, I'm not going to mention, in the San Bernardino area, a 3-day class, and the CEO of the organization said that you guys can take still photos, but he wants nothing on video. So, I mean, you do have to honor these requests. Anyhow, I talked about it and I got the interest of some subscribers, right? One of our subscribers that's in our inner circle is going to attend the 6 Hour Academy. When I say inner circle, I mean, like, we have our large circle, right, of subscribers. But this is a gentleman that constantly attends our classes. He attended Noontime Randy's medical class, which was TECC, and then one of our active shooter courses that we put on. I think it was a one-day class. But he's constantly evolving himself, constantly training. He's probably watching this video. He does watch a lot of videos. So he told me he's going to be attending 6 Hour Academy. At that point in time, I'm super excited for him to attend formal training somewhere, right? That makes me very excited. It makes me very happy to have a former student associate attend one of these classes. On the other side, I'm a little bit disappointed, and let me explain. So, when you attend a class at 6 Hour Academy, right, you pay up front. I don't think there's any refunds, and he's already made a psychological and financial commitment. Like the flight is booked, it's paid for, the lodging is paid for, everything's paid for, and the price tag for a 3-day class, it's not just 3 days, guys, of lodging. Whenever you travel on plane in the continental United States, you should add on 1 full day of travel to the location and 1 full day afterwards. So a 3-day class is kind of like a 5-day class. A 5-day class is like a 7-day class, especially for travel time. Totaling everything together, you're looking at a good with ammunition, tuition, you're looking at a good $2,700 to $3,000. For a 2-day class, I spent, when I left, and you're talking about lodging, food, ammunition, extra ammunition, because I went to the range afterwards and shot all kinds of different SIGs. I spent like $3,200. Now, for me, it's a tax write-off. I have a business, and I was able to become a California Post certified ballistic shield operator instructor and a California Post train the trainer instructor, qualified by Post to teach that class. So for me, it's worth it on a personal commitment level and a professional commitment level. I definitely see value to it. So this guy in our group, he's spending, again, $2,700, $3,000. I didn't ask him how much total, but watch, when he comes back and lands in California, the price tag is going to be in that range for everything. My suggestion, so look, when you go to SIG, the class that he took, and I'm going to make an assumption here based on some conversations I had with some of the SIG instructors. Those classes that he basically taken a civilian class, not security, not law enforcement, but those classes are generally taught by adjunct instructors. They're part-time instructors. They're good instructors, but their living isn't based on being an instructor. The class that I took is totally different. I took a class within the law enforcement division that 6 Hour has. My instructors are 2 full-time instructors. They're paid full-time by SIG. And in addition, they were full-time SWAT operators. They were on some special SRT team on the military side, and then on the law enforcement side, full-time SWAT team. That was their previous experience. You're not going to get somebody with that caliber experience teaching a basic class. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have that level of experience. No, you don't, to be an effective teacher. But having somebody that has that background I discuss, it just gets you closer to learning objectives, in my honest opinion. You have somebody that can answer a broad array of questions as compared to your adjunct. And I understand that an adjunct instructor can certainly have superior qualifications. Definitely. But looking at the instructor cadre, again, I think you're going to get better instruction with the full-time staff. Now, as for the class that he took, my suggestion is, or he's taking, don't take that class. Like, if you're going to spend $2,700 or $3,000, send me, if you have my number, and I don't give my number out, but if you have it, call me, text me. If you got my email, which everybody has, it's ssundahl@yahoo.com, SSUNDAHL@yahoo.com. Send me email and say, hey, Sean, this is my budget. I got $3,000 or $2,700, $2,000. Where should I go for the best firearms training? I want to get better at it. I'm obviously going to ask you about your firearms training experience, which in most cases it's very limited. But my advice is not go to Sig Sauer. Like if you live in New Hampshire or Massachusetts, Mass they call it, then yes, go to Sig Sauer and train. But if you're in California and you got to fly all the way over there, I would say absolutely no. Our guy's committed already. I'm super glad, super happy for him that he's taking his level training one step above. But on another note, I'm kind of disappointed he didn't reach out to me. So my suggestion, if you have that amount of money, go to Gunsight and take the Pistol 250 class. I took the 250 class after becoming a California Post rifle, pistol, and shotgun instructor. Maybe like 2 years later, I took the class. And then that's a 40-hour class. And then I took their instructor development class, which is a 40-hour class, 5 days. This is the best financial decision I ever made. You have instructors. So all the techniques, or most of the techniques that you're taught, is based out of Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Cooper. Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Cooper founded Gunsight when it was still the American Pistol Institute. Buzz, I forgot his last name. Buzz bought it years ago when the facility was going downhill, and then Jeff Cooper's was teaching for Buzz for a couple of years. I think he stopped teaching in 2000, more or less around the time period he passed away. But I got trained under instructors that worked directly and that were handpicked by Jeff Cooper. Have you ever heard of the Cooper color code? Yellow, red, white. Yeah, that was Jeff Cooper that founded or that embraced those concepts in the Cooper color code, right? Of situational awareness. The modern stance, the way that you hold pistols, that was all developed on the range at Gunsight by the best of instructors. The Harry's technique, the FBI technique, these are flashlight techniques to utilize in low light conditions. They were all founded right there at the range at Gunsight. Your Tooler drill, your El Presidente drill, all of these techniques were developed over there at Gunsight. All of them, all the modern ones, guys. Now, what you have is basically, you have like generals, you have guys with the military experience, combat experience, that went to combat theaters like in Africa, right? And they would come back, like the failure drill. There was a military officer that I guess he experienced some situation in council chambers and somewhere in Africa, and he's like, hey, this guy came in with a gun. He went click, no boom, and then we lit him up. Like, what do you think? How can we resolve the situation like this a little bit better? And then that's where 2 shots to the chest and 1 to the head came in failure drill. All these awesome principles were founded there, and the culture there is so awesome. You're a social person, really, other than YouTube. But the guys that are sitting next to you during lunchtime, they're like lifetime friends. If you ever see like a little Raven sticker, that means most likely that they are a Raven alumni, and there's some type of personal connection. I'm telling you, the students in the class, I was the only one in law enforcement, the Pistol 250 class, and you had like senior citizens that were in there, people that were like bankers. I mean, normally people that have some significant cash, business owners, just your ordinary average citizen that wants the right to bear arms was there, and everybody like gets along. It's so therapeutic to be at a place, at a table, at a range where everybody has similar thoughts. And then in the beginning of class, they hand you the Constitution and the Articles of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and then you say Pledge of Allegiance. It's just a place to feel American again. All I'm gonna say is, if I got $2,700 or $3,000, I'm not gonna go to SIG. I am gonna go to Gunsight. That's where I'm gonna spend my money. And again, you're gonna spend around the same amount, 5 days of training. My recommendation is, out of those 5 days of training, one of those training days should be a low light class. The way that me and Noontime Randy, we ran our pistol, shotgun, and rifle instructor course. We did a California Post certified class a couple weeks ago. And some security individuals did attend. Anyhow, we did low light on a Thursday. That's the way that Gunsight runs their academy too. One of the days is low light. That's how it should be ran too. Do you need to do 5 days of training? I would say yes. You can learn a lot in 5 days. Guys, don't waste your money with a lot of these places that offer like these little academies. Front Sight has been repurposed. Not Gunsight, but Front Sight has been repurposed. My instructor at Gunsight told me that one of the, I think the CEO of Front Sight, I forgot his name, it's Dr. Pastagas or something like that, something Italian, an Italian name. He went to Gunsight and took the 250 class, and I don't want to say the word stole, but he took a lot of the ideas from Jeff Cooper, and then created his own model. And it's not the same, guys. Front Sight has never been the same at Gunsight. If you graduated from Front Sight, like, okay, good. Like, you shot a lot. I'm not going to give you the same respect than if you graduated from Gunsight. But it's repurposed. It's called some other name. They probably have new instructors. I don't know. I cannot vouch for that academy in Las Vegas, but I encourage you to ask about it. If they do have good standards, they have good instructors. Like, I want to know what the instructor's profile is. I want to know what they've done and what they've accomplished. If that's absent from your website, I'm not convinced that I'm going to attend your class. So if you're going to go out there training, consider Gunsight. I highly recommend it. If you're going to spend that much amount of money, don't fly from California to New Hampshire to 6 Hour Academy to take 3 days of training that's possibly taught by an adjunct instructor. Once again, I went for a specialty class, which was ballistic shield instructor. It was a specialty class. That's why I flew all the way over there. And there's no other, I couldn't find any other organization. But and then look into the new Front Sight. I forgot what they're called. So Google Front Sight. It's a new academy, and see what is that academy all about. Okay. And that's about it. If you guys want us to do 5 days of training, give us 4 days, preferably 5 days of training, and maybe we could come up with something too. And I'm not bashing on all these other organizations so that we can offer something. I'm just saying, if you want that training, ask. But 5 days of training it's significant. It is very, very significant. You might have to take off 7 days for 5. Okay. There's nothing available right now. Right now, you asked me about it, Sean. What you got? We got nothing right now. We got nothing. Go to Gunsight. Don't go to some of these schools. If somebody that you respect vouches for them, then definitely go. Oh man, the comments. Hey, security guard command is here. Russian guy's here. Randy Nunez is here. Mirage. Oh, Fat Tony classes recommendation. Randy says, yeah, no lunchtime. People here all noontime, all the time. Yeah, thank you, Randy. It's called. His name is Doc. You can't call him Mister. It's Doctor, man. Doctor Mike Piazza. Randy says we train through lunch. Randy trains through lunch. Whenever me and Trendy train, he always says, "What the hell? Like you're giving them a lunch?" Oh yeah, dude. I give them a lunch. You don't give them a lunch. Randy says new time equals gun sight. Mirage says, do you recommend TAC fire? Well, that's topic of another story. Russian guy in Louisiana says, what's the plans for Thanksgiving? Not eat turkey, right? Turkey's nasty. Hold on, guys. Shit. Let me get readjusted real quick. Hey, I want to talk about real quick about training academies that offer a medical port. So let's just say if you got 4 days or 5 days, right? If you're mixing in medical, you're mixing in CQB and all kinds of other, I want to say courses of fire or structure into a program that's designed, that's a program that's intended to be a marksmanship, gun handling program. A program that's designed to establish fundamentals. I wouldn't add all these other things in there. I think it becomes a little bit gimmicky when you start adding in medical, CQB. Now, Gunside does have they do have a CQB portion. That CQB portion, what's it called? It's called the Funhouse, and it is super fun to go in there and shoot. That block is only like an hour. It's like an hour, guys. They cover Pine like very briefly. In that time at Gunside, guys, our lunchtime, when it's 40 minutes, it's like 40 minutes or 30 minutes. I don't remember how long it is at Gunside, but I can assure you that we wanted to finish our lunch fast so that we can get a next rep at the range. Like, I wasn't there to have lunch. I was there to practice my fundamentals and to get trigger time in. But when you start adding stop the bleed, you stop adding all these classes like CQB in a 5-day shooting class or 4-day shooting class that's designed to teach you the fundamentals. I think you're doing yourself a disservice. The question I ask these instructors that are putting on these classes is, if the time comes, would that person be able to shoot and shoot straight? Because at the end of the day, when you're in some lethal force encounter, yes, you do have to, I guess, CQB your way out of it or into it, but it does boil down to marksmanship ability. Can you hit what you're aiming at? If I got a lousy shot that doesn't, and this is, so I did the ballistic shield class, and one of the students, no fault of them, it's my fault for not having a prerequisite, they couldn't even rack the slide back on their pistol. And that's not a joke. If you're having somebody with that issue, they don't need to be going to CQB. They don't need to be going to ballistic shield operator class or any of these tactical classes. They need to be going to shooting 101. I think 5 days is a good amount of time to establish the fundamentals. I could possibly, I would feel good with 4 days, right? 4 days, maybe make it 9 hours. I'll tell you this, we're not going to take no long lunch. At Gunsight, we did not take a long lunch. You guys know who trained with us before. When a lunch is 30 minutes, it's 30 minutes. When a break is 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes. Like, we don't mess around and give extended lunch times. I was talking to some guys that somebody that's entering the federal job market, right, as a special agent. Guys, your federal agents that have 20 years experience, that might not be 20 years experience. Why is that? Because first off, you're probably taking a 2-hour lunch, you're probably taking a breakfast, and maybe you're taking a dinner. But most likely you're taking a 2-hour lunch and maybe an hour of breakfast, and maybe you're going to the gym. Like, that's your typical task force federal agent schedule. It's not like it's not. Now, I'm not talking about all federal agents. I'm just saying, like, that's how it is, guys. When you're, especially as a task force officer, that's your career. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, imagine if we put all these hours into actual input. Imagine what we get. So, I'm rambling on right now. I'm rambling on because I don't get a 2-hour lunch every day. I get whatever I can swallow. I throw my chicken or whatever it is on the hood of my car and just eat from there. And I spend like 8 minutes eating, and then again there's something else going on. So yeah, I don't want to keep rambling, and we'll end our conversation today. But I want to ask you guys, where do you train at? If you guys are interested in training, get a hold of me. All right, guys, take care.